Hello there, it's Nick Pendergast here from Clarity Kent Counselling, and today is World Menopause Day, so the 18th of October. And as you know, if you've been tuning in or reading, I am planning over October to do 18 different posts, 18th of October, which is all to do about cognition and mood during our perimenopause, our menopause and beyond. And today, with World Menopause Day in mind, I wanted to jump on and talk about the feelings of overwhelm. And I'm sure you have, and I for sure have had them. And I wanted to again use some notes today with the old kind of brain fog so I can actually remember all the good stuff that I want to share with you today. So I'm going to be talking about overwhelm, but importantly too, some simple tools, techniques and strategies that we can introduce into our daily routine to help manage our feelings of overwhelm. So I wonder if this is you. So spinning plates, running the kids around, maybe being mum's taxi, looking after elderly or maybe sick parents, maybe picking up after your partner doing the housework, trying to squeeze a social life into your life, particularly after sort of 2.5 years of COVID, but forever feeling that you're trying to catch your breath, and then perimenopause, menopausal symptoms, come in, whether it's anxiety, low mood, anger, irritability, overwhelm, and so the list goes on. Sound familiar to you? It certainly does. For me. And I felt like this too, and it's hideous, isn't it? I almost describe it as a bit of an out-of-body experience. That you kind of feel into that space of overwhelm, but you don't quite know what to do about it. So I'm thinking, the memory goes, feeling overwhelmed. One of my things for me is keep forgetting to replace the toilet roll, so I might go up and downstairs 4 or 5 times, and it just completely goes out of my head. Very annoying, the brain fog, and the concentration's all gone to pot. So what I wanted to share today briefly is some simple tools, techniques and strategies that we can pop into our daily routine, which can make a huge difference to us. But it is so important to carve out those pockets of time for self-care, so we can give support to others. That old adage of we need to put our oxygen mask on first before we can be in the best position to help others closest to us and around us too. So this is really helping to build resilience to any stress and anxiety, and really giving ourselves time to allow ourselves to rest, the mind to rest, to improve sleep and digestion. So it is really thinking about introducing those pockets, those 10 minutes pockets a day of TLC. Okay, so let me get into the simple strategies. First of all, it's about what I call taking back your power and control. So there's something here about tracking. So when I talk about tracking, I'm talking about a number of things. It could be, if you're still having periods over the month, just sort of tracking what those periods are like, maybe spotting, but also along with that, those signs and symptoms that you might be experiencing. I'm talking physical as well as psychological as well. And it's just remembering that actually menopause is the sort of almost a point in time, almost could be a day in time actually, when we've not had a period for 12 months. So our perimenopause can last just a number of years, or maybe a number of years, sort of 5 to 15 years. So, track your cycle, your moods, your feelings, your emotions. Do whatever works for you. You can put it into that Great Balance app that you might have come across from Dr. Louise Newson, the menopause doctor. You can even put it into a spreadsheet, or if anyone was to look at my phone now and just see just all the symptoms that I jot down, or feeling this, feeling that, it all helps to kind of build a picture, just to look back and see patterns in terms of what's going on for you. The second tip for me is all about the network, or I like to call the support network. So that could be family, that could be friends, that could be colleagues, that can be menopause, perimenopause Facebook groups, communities where you can share your thoughts, feelings, emotions and experiences. One I've joined recently that Paula Fry runs is something called Hot Flushed, so you can find her on Instagram. There's the Perimenopause Hub run by Emily Barclay, and of course you can tap into Davina, who does a Menopause Monday on her Instagram account. But it's using your support network, because the message here is we are not alone, and you can learn and gain a lot of knowledge and have those feelings of I'm not alone in this by sort of having that support network around you. Menopausing by Davina, that's out at the moment, is a good read too. So the other one is nutrition. So I'm thinking nourishment, I'm thinking hydration and supplements as well. But I'm not going to talk a little bit more about that because as you know, or you may not know, I'm going to be speaking on Friday with my friend and colleague Caroline Kerslake in the Complete Fitness membership group. And actually on Thursday at 1 p.m, I believe, Jackie Morell from Healthy Food for Healthy Guts is going to be talking about exactly that, nutrition and our digestive system as well, and how that's affected in our perimenopause and menopause. Exercise, and I'm talking yoga, Pilates, strength-based exercise. Again, take a look at Caroline Kerslake Complete Fitness and Wellbeing page on Facebook, and maybe join her membership group as well. This week there's free membership and also a number of classes going along that support sort of strength-based work too, and kind of core and balance and bands as well. But get out in nature. You know, after this I'm going to go out and have a walk. Get out in nature, top up the vitamin D, you know, move, walk, take in the sights and sounds, you know, as well. Your good grounding techniques. What can I see? What can I hear? What can I smell? What can I feel? Just based on that as well, stretching, soothing, breathing is stretching away stress. Think about a restorative yoga pose, as I call it. Legs up the wall, lie on your back, legs up against the wall, feet parallel to the floor, your bottom near the skirting board if you're doing it in the bedroom, for example. And stay in that position if you can for 10 to 15 minutes. Try the cat and cow stretch, you know, get into child pose. These are all real poses that really help just to kind of move out of that space of overwhelm, and just to stretch, to relax and to rest and digest. Breathing as well, can't underestimate the power of breath work. You know, just take some time out just to kind of breathe. You know, think about different breathing techniques, the 4-7-6 breath, the box breathing. And I also I've been doing Qigong recently and talking about that Qigong breath, which is breathing, if you can, to a count of 6 or 8, then just holding the breath momentarily. Just imagine that you're sort of bobbing on the water, then breathe out and hold your breath again and bob along on the water, so to speak. Tune into the sensations of the body. I think that's really key. Tune into your body. What emotions are you feeling in your body? And with that being non-judgmental and accepting, you know, catch yourself being very critical, but then think that's not a helpful thought. And just adding in an affirmative statement to say, these feelings in my body, they're going to move, they're going to pass through, and I'm okay with that. And see if you can kind of really shift those emotions. Another thing to think about if you're considering is reflexology as well. And if you haven't done so, tune into my friend and colleague Sarah Howard, who was talking to Caroline this morning in the Complete Fitness and Wellbeing membership group, where she was talking about how reflexology can support with stress and relaxation during our menopause as well. And some final pieces, which is think about a gratitude diary, just to ground yourself. Maybe in the morning you think about what are the 3 things you are grateful for before you even get out of bed, or maybe you do it at the end of the day, whatever works for you. It could be about being grateful for your cup of coffee in the morning, enjoying a sunny day. Affirmations, I do bang on about these as well. Affirmations are good too. You know, I'm courageous, I'm brave, I'm resilient, I feel good. You can even do them as part of your morning routine, even if you sort of get into and whilst you're in the shower. It is all about habit stacking. And some penultimate ones for me, or penultimate one for me, is getting out of your head and journaling. Find yourself a lovely diary. I know Amazon now do a sort of a 6-minute diary, and sit down maybe with your favourite couple and just journal your thoughts. Get out of your head. Get your worries out on paper. As I always say, it doesn't have to be perfect prose. It doesn't have to be storytelling. It just, as I do quite often, is just sort of jot down how you're feeling, your emotions, what's going on for you. And then relaxation. I talked about the reflexology, but also maybe take a wellness bath. Try magnesium salts to relieve muscle tension, which kind of encourages sort of deep and restful sleep. And also think about that routine for your sleep at the end of the day too, in terms of how you wind down before you go to bed. So just kind of leaving with you that thought in terms of what is going to be in your toolkit to really activate, soothe and calm your parasympathetic nervous system, to really manage that fight or flight response and really support in your overwhelm. Because I think sometimes if we look at our overwhelm with a curiosity, then it takes out that kind of frustration, and it kind of enables us to stop ourselves being kind of take along the crest of the wave of anxiety and stress, and we can really focus on sort of small moments of calmness and success rather than the overthinking of why am I in this overwhelm cycle. Anyway, just a final note before I finish is, please do join in and tune in to me chatting to Caroline Kerslake in the Complete Fitness and Wellbeing membership group, which is going to be Friday morning at 11 o'clock. And I'm really going to be talking very much about overwhelm and the other psychological challenges of our perimenopause and menopause too. And if you're listening to this and you really think it would be a great idea for you to really talk out your perimenopause, menopause experience, then do get in touch with me at nick@claritykent.co.uk. Please come along. We can talk on Zoom, or you can come and find me working out of Nisel's too, and we can chat, and I can really support you to hear you and work on tools, tips, techniques to kind of manage our midlife. So I hope you enjoyed this, and bye for now, and speak to you soon.